Hey guys, Mike with ECS. Today we're going to be going over engine oil. It's one of our most popular questions. I'm here with Stefan from LIQUI MOLY. What can you tell us about this? I see we have two different 020s here. What's the difference?
Well, big differences. First off, they only fit different manufacturer specs. This one here is specifically for Volvos, and the name indicates that. Specialtech V as in Volvo. It is a 0W20 viscosity oil, but that's the only thing similar between these two. This one is approved by Volvo, and it has a specific Volvo oil specification that it fulfills. So over here we have TopTech 6600, also a 0W20 viscosity, low viscosity oil that helps modern cars increase efficiency, etc. This particular one has the BMW Long Life 17 FE Plus approval. So that means it's been tested and approved by BMW. So even if your car is still in warranty, you can use this oil without any issues at all. And even out of warranty, since these engines are usually designed for this type of oil, it's important to keep using this oil.
So what's the difference? I mean, they're both 020s. How do I know which I need, and why is this not recommended for a BMW, and why is this?
That's a great question, Mike. Viscosity really means very little nowadays. I know people like to go in and say, I want a 5W30 viscosity oil, and that's all they ask for. Nowadays, engines are actually designed around an oil specification, which means, in this instance here, the Long Life 17 FE Plus BMW approval, that means this oil has been tailor-made to the testing done for those engines and those oils that go in those engines. For example, wear testing is one of the points. You have piston skirt deposits, piston top deposits. You have oil life. So envision these newer BMWs. They may go 12,000 miles or more sometimes between oil changes. You want to make sure you have an oil that doesn't start breaking down, doesn't start creating sludge or deposits throughout. Another aspect that comes into that is crankcase ventilation. You have to vent out gases that are created in the crankcase, and that may be different in a Volvo engine of these types compared to the modern, usually smaller sized BMW engines.
That makes a lot of sense. So, different fuel injection styles, whether it's direct injected or port injected, different bearing dimensions, all that comes into play and can really alter the oil. And
exactly, good point, yeah. I didn't even get to that, but that plays into it too, yeah. Fuel types, we have modern E85s used in a lot of cars nowadays. A lot of things play into the design of engine oils and what specs they need to fulfill.
All right, we're here in front of our F82 M4. This is one of our development cars and has a bunch of our performance parts and prototypes on it, a bunch of carbon fiber stuff. Which oil should we be using for this particular car? This is the twin turbo S55. That should be one of these two, right?
Yes, it should be one of those two. And when this car was new, I think it's a 2015 you said, right?
Correct, yeah.
When this car was new, BMW actually said to use a Long Life 01 spec oil, which is the blue one here, the 5W40. Nowadays, they've changed the tune. So if you take this to the dealership, in the way they recommend things in their tech info nowadays, they actually say the first choice should be the Long Life 01 FE oil, which is the silver bottle over here, gray bottle, Specialtech BFE. It's a 5W30, so it's a lower viscosity. That's actually a fuel efficiency oil, thus the FE as part of the Long Life 01 FE. That is a very, very high quality, high performance oil also that can definitely be used in this car. And it may even pick up some efficiency, as the name implies, a little bit more power. However, having said that, the 5W30 viscosity, if you're tracking a car, you're racing it, hot days, and since this engine is designed around a Long Life 01 FE, you can go and use our Leislauf High-Tech 540 instead if you want a little bit extra protection during those hot days where you're pushing that car through those corners at low speeds, etc.
I recognize the 1060 here. This is for the older naturally aspirated M cars, right?
Yes, it is, yeah. This is for the older BMW M cars. 10W60, very, very high viscosity that will protect even better during those hot days. And Mike is using that in some of his cars, some of his race cars.
Right.
And
I'm using this in the Volkswagen drift car with the BMW V8 and the newly built 944 with the Volkswagen 5-cylinder. Am I doing the right thing with this oil?
definitely, yeah, you are, because when it's racing and track days, all bets are out. So there's really no longer any specifications. It's up to you to test your own stuff, see it works. Let's say you're trying to use this 10W60 in a modern N20 BMW engine. You may have clearances that are too tight for that higher viscosity, and you may get in trouble. You may actually start damaging things. Oil pumps are not designed for that viscosity, etc. You have cam phasers. You may end up with variable valve timing where the valve timing or the cam timing is off because now you have higher hydraulic pressures. So be careful with that. But testing is the key there. And when it comes to the race cars, as you know, you're kind of on your own. There's no guarantees, no warranties, and it doesn't hurt to use a high viscosity if it works great.
Okay, that's good to hear. Thanks, Stefan, for coming along today and telling us all we need to know about oil. I use all these in my own personal cars and all the cars in the shop here, so it's great to know that we're using the right stuff for our applications. We have all the stuff listed on the site for your specific vehicles, so if you don't have to do quite as much research to know you're putting the right oil in your car.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that if you have a car, obviously most of you guys that watch have a car. If it's a new car, used car, make sure you use the proper oil. Always go and use an oil that has the right OE manufacturer spec, BMW Long Life 01, Long Life 01 FE. Whatever your car is supposed to have, that's going to be the ideal oil. We talked earlier about race cars, tuned cars, and going higher viscosities and testing your own stuff. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but if you do that on a stock vehicle that you're driving as your daily driver, you can get in trouble. So make sure you look it up. You can go to liquimoly.com and look it up in our oil guide, or call us. 888-MOLY Oil is our tech support line. We'll guide you and tell you exactly what oil you need.
Awesome. Thanks for following along, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll have links in the description below.
Thank you.
Audio